Why is it that some people are so good at making big money while others are at their 40s or 50s and just now hitting that 100k milestone? And you are probably thinking, man, I just wish I reached this point sooner. And today, where social media is a big part of our lives, it's a common trap to look at a happy life for others and thinking, wow, they are doing so good. Let's get real. Because millions of people dream of hitting it big so they can live the good life without ever having to work again. And in this video, we will cover 4 of the most important but practical steps to grow your money fast. But before we dive in, let me share a story about Dr. Maxwell Maltz, a renowned plastic surgeon known from his transformative work and best-selling book Psycho Cybernetics. I've included the link of the book in the description below. And you might be thinking, but Maurice, what has this book to do with making money? Let me explain. Dr. Maxwell's practice was filled with people who believed that altering their external appearance would lead to a complete change in their lives. They thought that fixing something they didn't like about their looks would make them happier, more confident, and more fulfilled. For instance, he often performed surgeries like facelifts, hoping to provide these patients with the transformation they were looking for. And for some, it worked great. After the surgery, these patients felt like a brand new person. They walked straight out of his office with a renewed sense of confidence, as if a whole new world of opportunities had opened up for them. But Dr. Maxwell faced a big problem because not everyone experienced this transformation. Even after the successful surgeries that completely changed the outside look, some patients still felt unhappy and insecure. On the outside, they looked different, but on the inside, nothing has changed. They still felt the same dissatisfaction and self doubt. So Dr. Maxwell faced a significant challenge. Why was it that some people felt transformed while others didn't, despite having the same surgeries? This question drove him to explore beyond these physical changes he was making. So, what did he do? He delved into psychology and began studying how our subconscious mind influences our happiness. What he discovered was profound. Real lasting change doesn't just happen on the outside. It starts with being aware of your inner state and addressing your subconscious beliefs and feelings. If you don't align your inner self with the changes you are making in the outside, true fulfillment remains elusive. Now, let's connect this to building wealth fast. You might be in your 40s and have just hit that 100k milestone in the S&P 500 and you're thinking, man, I wish I would reach this point sooner. And this may be exactly the reason why. And think about Dr. Maxwell's findings here. So don't fall into the trap of regret. There are many people who never even start their financial journey, and there will be always people far ahead of you. Instead, be proud of how far you have come and focus on what's next. Use your creativity and ideas to make the next 100k happen. The journey isn't just about reaching a 100k number, it's about how you grow as a person and adapt along the way. Because if you think about it, what's the biggest difference between the poor and the rich? They feel different inside and therefore make other decisions. Think about lottery winners, for example. It's often said that winning the lottery doesn't guarantee long term wealth. In fact, a significant number of lottery winners end up broke within a few years. Why? Because while they gained a large sum of money quickly, they didn't change their subconscious mind or habits around wealth. They often spent impulsively and didn't develop the financial skills or discipline needed to maintain their newfound wealth. So let's dive into the 4 practical steps on how you can achieve this. And number 1 is be consistent. Think of it like going to the gym. Showing up every day, even if it's just a small effort, will get you results. Aim to be 1% better than yesterday, because consistency builds good habits and leads to steady progress. Number 2 is invest wisely in assets with a long track record. Instead of chasing after the latest hype, focus on assets with a proven history of growth. Classics like diversified index funds, or established companies are really reliable here instead of the next coin you want to chase after. It's about creating and sticking to a sound investment strategy. Number three, stick to your plan, enjoy the ride, and focus on your happy feelings inside. Embrace the Stoic philosophy. Focus on what you can control and stay emotionally balanced. Don't let the news or outside advice derail you. Enjoy the journey, keep your emotions in check, and stay true to your investment plan. And here is where it gets fascinating. And that's step number four. Make use of compound interest. Albert Einstein famously called the compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Why? Because this is a universal law that works for you or against you, depending on how you manage it. So, when you are using it wisely, it's essentially free money that grows on itself. The earlier you start and the more consistently you invest, the more your money will grow over time. Compound interest is a powerful tool, but it requires patience and discipline, and you need time to let compound interest do its magic. So, what about you? I would love to hear how you are feeling right now when it comes to making money. Are you feeling confident or anxious or maybe a bit overwhelmed? So, share your thoughts and emotions in the comments below, and I'm happy to hear them. So, if you are curious how rich people are making use of compound interest, and you want to know how much money you have to set aside to build wealth the right way, then you have to watch this video. Why net worth skyrockets after 100k. And remember, whether you are a diesel engine that takes a bit longer to get up to speed, or you are already rolling, the key is to keep moving forward. Your financial journey is a marathon, not a sprint. So be proud of your progress, stay focused, and keep pushing towards your next milestone.